Hey everyone out there, it's Grant Headley right here in the Bridgetown Physical Therapy Training Studio gym, and I'm going through a little routine to help me cool down from my strength training routine, which today included a lot of shoulder movements as well as hips. So starting out with just getting our shoulders moving, making sure that we're getting the full range of our flexion, that's the forward motion, and out to the side, that's the abduction motion, and then forward folding, and right here we're getting into a low squat with our hands reaching straight up overhead. And while you're in these holds, make sure that you're breathing to help your body calm down from those hard efforts with the weights. And then looking for some full twisting here, so lift one knee and reach the same side arm behind you and say good morning to your favorite clients, and then try to see how high you can lift that knee without arching your back under, and then twist over the other side. And so we're just taking care of all of the major motions for the hips and shoulders and spine, and we're doing it with a sense of gentleness and breathing so that we're letting the body, the heart rate, the whole physiology, all the systems of your physiology come from a heightened state of activity to a lower state of activity. So this move here, as I was saying hey to Elizabeth, you're lifting your top leg on top of your bottom leg, and then right down the center to reset the hips into a little chair squat as you reach up overhead. And if you're shrugging as you reach up, try to just lift your arms as high as you can without shrugging. And you switch sides, bring your left ankle on top of your right knee, and hold and make sure you're breathing. Keep your head in line with your spine. And then let's just flow through another forward fold. And we're switching sides now, so you lift that left leg, the tailbone, kind of like the pelvis on your right side curls under as the pelvis on your left side on the lifted leg is allowed to open up. And then we stack the left hip on top of the right. So this is good for your external rotators, those muscles that we need to be supple and strong for running and cycling stability as well, to keep our knees safe. So just did a little half moon on each side. And now let's recheck those hips, see how it feels to lift one knee, do a little twist movement, get a little internal rotation of the hip and some twisting for the spine. See how this little eagle squat, this one-legged squat feels on this side. This is difficult for you to hold. That's a good thing, because we're finding out how our balance is. And especially in the morning, getting our balance tuned up is a great way to, number one, avoid injury, but also keep us able to do simple things like lift our leg up to tie our shoe, or get down there and pick up our hole-in-one shot out of the that 18th hole and impress our friends without falling over. And I retest some of these major motions like squatting. If we can keep our feet flat on the ground, get our butt as low as we can, and we practice that every day, it's going to get better. So what I'm doing here is staying in that squat for a couple minutes as I'm breathing and getting full diaphragm breathing, and then twisting to one side and holding that for a few breaths. This is good for getting the rotation in the neck and the low back and getting that thoracic spine open. And then here, just making a little compression, getting a nice little external rotation movement for the hips. And there we go, a couple minutes for those standing postures, and then some finishing moves here on hands and knees that I like to do. This is hip hinging here, so hands and knees, and you just reach your butt back. You want to keep your spine relatively straight, and then once you get to that back position, you can kind of rotate like you're trying to peek underneath your armpit, kind of rotating side to side, breathing into your bottom position, so you're getting some good expansion for your pelvic muscles, some good diaphragm breathing. That'll help your whole physiology calm down after those hard efforts with the weights. and then kind of recheck your shoulders. Bring your thumbs out to the side and reach back. That's good for being able to reach behind your in your car and grab something in the back seat. And this extension motion is good to take care of your shoulders when we're, before you get in the desk, so we don't get that ugly rounded posture, right? And it's also not very strong or functional, nor does it convey confidence. So you want to make sure that you're able to attain these different postures. And then what I was doing before is, first of all, sitting on my heels and then sitting on my toes, so we're stretching out the plantar fascia. So make sure you're addressing that, at least a couple times a week. And then this final position here, I've got my legs stacked, trying to get the knees and ankles towards each other, and then I've got my fingers reaching together in the back, and this rotation in the shoulders. Why this is important is our ability to, take care of our daily basics, like when we go to the bathroom. Can we reach back and, clean ourselves? Can we put on our bra strap without, doing something that's a compensatory pattern? These things, if we take care of them before they're a problem, we keep them. If we wait till they're a problem and they're painful or we cannot do them, it takes a lot longer. You just want to make sure that you're maintaining these motions that we take for granted. So after, even if you consider yourself a pretty fit individual and lift heavy weights and run fast, make sure that you're cooling your body down effectively. And my modality that I like to use is yoga, because it gets in all these different positions, gets to all the corners of the body while we're breathing, and you're being still. And so it also helps focus the mind for the day ahead. So these little, if you noticed here, I switched sides. This is the kind of stuff that I like to teach. I've got a yoga class twice a week here at the Bridgetown studio at 6:30 p.m. Monday and Wednesday nights. So this stuff will be perfect after a long day in the office, or if you come in after a run or a bike ride. We'll take care of some of these places. And in addition to this sort of gentle stuff, we also get into some body weight basics with breathing in the yoga practice. So the way that we are using this yoga practice is to improve our ability to tolerate these positions that we need to get into, and the ones that we're not getting after on a daily basis.